Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to our online teaching academy, Ekalaiva. Class 8, Subject Science, Board CBSE. Name of the lesson, Metals and Non-Metals. Topic, Introduction about Atoms. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand about metals and non-metals, occurrence of metals and non-metals, properties of metals and non-metals, both physical as well as chemical properties, and uses of metals and non-metals. Let us get started. What do you mean by matter? Anything that occupies space and has mass is known as matter. It is made up of one or more components known as substances. Based on the physical state, matter can be classified into solids, liquids, and gases. Based on the chemical composition, matter can be divided into two: pure substances and impure substances. Pure substances are the substances made up of only one kind of particles. Particles may be atoms or molecules. Impure substances are the substances made up of two or more different kinds of particles. Impure substances are also known as mixtures. You will learn about mixtures in class 9. Let us now discuss about the types of pure substances. Pure substances can be broadly classified into two: elements and compounds. Elements are the pure substances that cannot be broken down by means of physical or chemical method. Example: carbon, silicon, sodium, etc. Compounds are the pure substances made up of two or more elements chemically combined in a fixed ratio by mass. Example: calcium oxide, sodium chloride, calcium hydroxide, etc. Calcium and oxygen are the two elements present in calcium oxide. Sodium and chlorine are the two elements present in sodium chloride. Calcium, oxygen, and hydrogen are the three elements present in calcium hydroxide. Based on the characteristics, elements can be broadly classified into three: metals, non-metals, and metalloids. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about metals and non-metals in detail. All forms of matter such as elements, compounds, and mixtures are made up of smaller particles called atoms. Now, we are going to discuss about atoms. Atoms are the smallest particle of a substance. They are the building blocks of matter, like how bricks are the building blocks of houses. Atoms are very small. They are smaller than anything that we can imagine or compare with. Atoms consist of three subatomic particles, namely protons, positively charged particles. And is represented by the symbol P plus. Electrons are the negatively charged particles and is represented by the symbol E minus. Neutrons are neutrally charged or no charge and is represented by the symbol N. Protons and neutrons are located inside the nucleus. Whereas electrons revolve around the nucleus in a circular path known as orbit or shell. There are K shell, L shell, M shell and N shell. This is the K shell, this is L shell, this is M shell and this is N shell. K is the first shell. L is the second shell. M is the third shell. And N is the fourth shell. Atoms are electrically neutral because they have equal number of protons and electrons. To write the number of electrons in a particular shell, certain rules to be followed. Let us see the first rule. Maximum number of electrons in a particular shell is given by the formula 2n square, where n is the number of orbit or shell. Let us now calculate the maximum number of electrons for each shell. K is the first shell. So n is equal to 1. Use the formula 2n square. Instead of n, we need to substitute 1. So 2 into 1 the whole square is equal to 2 into 1 square is 1 into 1. So it is 1. So 2 into 1 is 2. So 2 electrons. K shell can accommodate 2 electrons. L is the second shell. So n is equal to 2. use the formula 2n square. Instead of n, we need to substitute 2. So, 2 into 2 the whole square, which is equal to 2 into 2 squared is 2 into 2, that is 4. So, 2 into 4 is 8 electrons. L shell can accommodate 8 electrons. Next shell is the M shell. It is the third shell. So, n is equal to 3. Use the formula 2n square, which is equal to 2 into, instead of n, we need to substitute 3. So, 3 the whole square is equal to, 3 squared is 3 into 3, which is 9. So, 2 into 9 is equal to 18 electrons. So, M shell can accommodate 18 electrons. Next shell is the N shell. And it is the fourth shell. So, small n is equal to 4. Use the formula 2n square, which is equal to, instead of n, you need to substitute 4. So, 2 into 4 the whole square, which is equal to 2 into 4 squared is 4 into 4, which is 16. So, 2 into 16 is 32. So, 32 electrons. N shell can accommodate 32 electrons. So, K shell can accommodate 2 electrons, L shell can accommodate 8 electrons, M shell can accommodate 18 electrons, and N shell can accommodate 32 electrons. Let us now see rule 2. Rule 2 states that the shells are filled in a stepwise manner. For example, consider an atom having 8 electrons. Now, we are going to discuss how the electrons are arranged in a stepwise manner in a particular shell. This is nucleus where protons and neutrons will be located. And this is the first shell, which is K shell. And this is the second shell, which is L shell. So, we have just calculated how many electrons K shell can accommodate. How many electrons it can accommodate, children? 2 electrons. Whereas L shell, how many electrons it can accommodate? It can accommodate 8 electrons. So, according to this rule, it has to, that is, electrons must be filled first in the K shell and then it has to go to the next shell. So, here 8 electrons, right. So, K shell, L shell, 2 shells we have just taken. So, K shell can accommodate 2 electrons. So, 2 electrons must be filled in the K shell because it is the first shell and only 2 electrons can be accommodated in the K shell. So, 2 electrons. And remaining how many electrons are there, children? It is 6 electrons. So, 6. And you need to place 6 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So, totally it is 8 electrons. And you are not supposed to put all the 8 electrons in the L shell because you can think that L shell can accommodate 8 electrons. So, we can directly put 8 electrons in the L shell. It is completely wrong. You are supposed to place first in the K shell and then it has to move to the next shell, that is the L shell. Once all the 8 electrons are filled in the L shell, then it has to go to the next shell, that is M shell. Is it clear, children? Yes. Next, we will see about rule 3. Rule 3 states that maximum number of electrons in the outermost shell must be 8. So, maximum number of electrons in the outermost shell. Is 8 electrons. So, remember, maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in the outermost shell is 8. So far we have discussed about rule 1, rule 2 and rule 3. You have to always remember these rules to write the number of electrons in a particular shell. So in today's class we have discussed about atoms and the certain rules to write the number of electrons in a particular shell. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Thank you, children.